May the peace of the Lord be with you all. Today's Gospel Reflection, August 8, 2025, Friday.
Moses said to the people, "Ask now of the days of old, before your time. Ever since God created man upon the earth, ask from one end of the sky to the other. Did anything so great ever happen before? Was it ever heard of? Did a people ever hear the voice of God, speaking from the midst of fire as you did and live? Or did any God venture to go and take a nation for himself, from the midst of another nation, by testings, by signs and wonders, by war, with his strong hand and outstretched arm, and by great terrors, all of which the Lord your God did for you in Egypt before your very eyes? All this you were allowed to see, that you might know the Lord is God and there is no other. Out of the heavens he let you hear his voice to discipline you. On earth he let you see his great fire, and you heard him speaking out of the fire. For love of your fathers he chose their descendants, and personally led you out of Egypt by his great power, driving out of your way nations greater and mightier than you, so as to bring you in and to make their land your heritage. As it is today, this is why you must now know, and fix in your heart, that the Lord is God in the heavens above and on earth below, and that there is no other. You must keep his statutes and commandments which I enjoin on you today, that you and your children after you may prosper, and that you may have long life on the land, which the Lord your God is giving you forever." Responsorial Psalm. I remember the deeds of the Lord. I remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I remember your wonders of old, and I meditate on your works. Your exploits I ponder. I remember the deeds of the Lord. O God, your way is holy. What great God is there like our God? You are the God who works wonders. Among the peoples you have made known your power. I remember the deeds of the Lord. With your strong arm you redeemed your people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph. You led your people like a flock, under the care of Moses and Aaron. I remember the deeds of the Lord.
The Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. What profit would there be for one to gain the whole world, and forfeit his life? Or what can one give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come with his angels in his Father's glory, and then he will repay each according to his conduct. Amen. I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." The Gospel of the Lord. Reflection. In this Gospel narrative, Jesus offers a different and radical invitation in contrast to what the world teaches us: to fight for recognition, assert our identity, and accumulate success. Instead of a call to self-promotion, he invites us to self-denial. Not a race to be first, but a journey where we willingly walk second, sometimes even last, because we are following someone greater than ourselves. Jesus offered this challenging path not to punish or burden us, but to awaken us to what real life is all about. The irony is striking. To truly live, we must first let go of what we think gives us life. This kind of life requires intention. It means no longer making decisions based solely on convenience, comfort, or approval. It's the kind of life where our desires no longer sit on the throne of our hearts, and where obedience becomes more valuable than applause. It's not easy. In fact, it feels like dying, such as dying to pride, to ego, to self-interest. But in that death, something more beautiful is born. The life we were always meant to live. Take a look, for example, at the story of a successful lawyer who gave up a lucrative career to serve in a poor village because she felt God calling her to defend the rights of those who had no voice. Friends said she wasted her education, her connections, her future. But she smiles, because in losing all of that, she found peace, purpose, and joy that no paycheck could ever provide. It's also the story of a young man who gave up a prestigious job offer abroad to stay home and care for his aging parents. He chose family over ambition. People thought he was foolish, but he found something deeper. Love that is patient, kindness that is quiet, and dignity in sacrifice. This is what it looks like to live beyond oneself, to give up the throne of our hearts and let Christ lead. It's not about hating yourself. It's about loving God more than your own plans. It's about exchanging temporary victories for eternal rewards. It's about remembering that even if we gain all the recognition, wealth, and power this world offers, it will never compare to the fulfillment of living a life anchored in purpose and truth. There will be moments when the path feels lonely, when you look around and see others rising while you seem to be falling behind. But God sees your quiet obedience. He notices the silent tears, the unseen sacrifices, the integrity that costs you, and He promises that none of it is in vain. Every small choice to follow Christ, even when it hurts, leads to a bigger, deeper, more eternal outcome. This life we're called to is not just about the here and now. It's about something far greater. It's about a kingdom that isn't seen yet, but will one day be revealed in full glory. And those who walk the narrow road, those who lost their lives for the sake of Christ, will be the ones who truly find them. So the question is not, what am I willing to gain? But rather, what am I willing to give up? Because the true measure of life isn't in how much we keep, but in how much we surrender. And in surrendering, we don't lose, we win. We find a joy the world can't take away. We discover a strength that doesn't come from self. We inherit a future that doesn't fade. In the end, the paradox becomes clear. It's only when we stop chasing after our own version of life that we truly find the life God prepared for us all along.